Hey guys, welcome back to the Wild Wrestling channel. I am your host, Seth. This might look a little weird, probably not on your end, but for me it is, because I'm revamping, reorganizing my room, and I'm revamping the studio to get some new things that I'm hoping will come soon after I'm about to go on vacation, so I'm going to take a little break, and I think it'll start to look different by the next time I film a video. But here in today's video, this is What If, episode 4, and in today's What If episode, I'm going to talk about what if, I've been rewatching Stand and Deliver 2024, so my what if today is, what if Carmelo Hayes never turned on Trick Williams? And as you know, for our people who don't know this, a little history. Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams came in sort of at the same time when the shift from NXT to NXT 2.0. Carmelo Hayes did win the breakout tournament before Trick got to NXT, but then Trick linked up with them and they started to roll over NXT as Carmelo was North American champ and when he was NXT champ. In 2023, at the end of it, Trick Williams won the Iron Survivor Challenge, and at Vengeance Day challenged Ilya Dragunov for the NXT Championship, where in that match, after the match, Melo turned on Trick, which set up much to come as their Stand and Deliver main event. So let's talk about it. So I think that most of what I just said would have still happened. I think Trick would have still won the Iron Survivor, still faced Ilya, and still lost. But with no heel turn, I think we never would see the Stand and Deliver main event 2024 between Trick and Melo that closed up the show and ended their rivalry. Well, not ended, but the big rivalry match that paid off. But instead, I think we would see Trick get another opportunity at Ilya at Stand and Deliver, where he would challenge for the NXT Championship at Stand and Deliver instead of spring breaking that year. And my guess, he would win at Stand and Deliver. Then what actually happened, where he won at spring breaking a couple weeks later. So that's what I think Trick would still be the NXT champion, but he would win it just a couple weeks earlier at Stand and Deliver. We have to talk about Melo a little bit, because with him also in this run, we got to give him something. And at the time, based on just what they had there, I feel like he could get in a feud with like a Tony D'Angelo and have a match there, because he was, after he turned on Trick, leading up to Roadblock, wanted an opportunity to face Ilya, but Tony D got involved. So I think if there was some way they could kind of involve that, as they both wanted a shot, they could end up having a payoff match with Stand and Deliver, which, me personally, I think Carmelo would win, because I'd still think he would get called up to the main roster there. Just this time on better terms with Trick, as a babyface, would go up to the main roster, go to SmackDown, be a first-round pick, and really start wrecking havoc. So I feel like that win against Tony would really boost him up as he heads to the main roster. And on the main roster, I think Melo would probably be a good babyface in the mid-card. He would still be kind of the way he was in NXT in 2023 in the beginning of 2024, just kind of as he is him, but he's not parading around with his persona like the heel him. I think he would still be babyface him based on just the way he would have ended in NXT. I think he definitely would have had the potential to win the United States Championship, be one of the people that everyone supported in that mid-card, so he would definitely deserve the championship, would put on some great matches, and I feel like he would kind of go where he is today, just as a babyface instead of the heel, and I think he could possibly even be more successful if he won the United States Championship and stuff like that. For Trick would probably still be in NXT, but I think he would still kind of be what he was, have that good NXT Championship reign. The one thing I struggle about a lot is would he be the person that he is today? Because today's the TNA World Champ, he's a heel. Would he still have that whole fallout like he did in NXT? Because all that was done without Melo. He did all that without Melo. So I think it's possible that we still see the exact same Trick we see today. Just the beginning of how it started with him winning the NXT title would have been different. But it would also change a couple things, because sometimes they make references to him being Carmelo Hayes again. So I feel like they could do it in some sense, but they would have to take out those references.
Bro, you ain't Trick Williams. You Carmelo Hayes.
Or else they would just have to remove the whole character. But I think the character is still definitely possible, because it kind of came about his own way. People just decided in the promos to make the references to Carmelo. So I think it would definitely just determine on how they would want to structure his reign, but I still think he would be a dominant NXT champion, probably lose it in the same way, and have that get back. It's really probably for him. It would be the same thing, because this whole time, Melo was already gone, so he'd probably have the same reign he had. All in all, I think both of these men are doing well now, but this would have been an interesting... It's hard to say that it would be interesting, because the more you think about it, it doesn't seem like much would have changed based on the quickly they split up. But if we're looking strategically, just the road to WrestleMania, that would have changed like heavily, because the main event would have been changed. Trick winning in front of that crowd would have been changed. Realistically, in my opinion, so much would have just changed just because Melo didn't turn on him, because that set up the entire main event. It set up Tony D and Ilya Dragunov. I just feel like they all are like, I feel like it's like a big square, and we had 2 matches, but with this happening, the lines change, and it goes to 2 different people at Stand and Deliver. So it really is something that I don't think we recognize, that at least in that road to WrestleMania, it changed a lot for what would have happened. If that never happened, we could have had a completely different card for that Stand and Deliver. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below if you enjoyed this What If episode. And turn on the bell so you get notified whenever I upload a brand new video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.